seated. Welcome, distinguished guests, undistinguished guests, you know who you are, and Brianna Dietz, our wonderful and inspirational valedictorian. Also, welcome, graduating class of 2016. My name is Elise Tonioli, and for the past year, I have had the honor of serving as one of your student body presidents. Now, I know the next few hours are going to be filled with speeches and continuous names, but you aren't allowed to graduate until I finish speaking, so at least attempt to listen. What an absolutely incredible year this has been. We all know that we have been the greatest graduating class that has come from this school. We have created so many memories together, from favoriting tweets to prom, and we have stuck together and made our mark at this brick-walled facility. We have each other's backs for the most random things, and that is one of the coolest things about this class. Now, I completely understand that for some of you, these weren't your favorite 4 years, and for some of you, you totally ruled the school. Either way, each and every one of you have had the opportunity to make memories and change into hopefully a better version of what you were when you first walked onto this campus. I am so genuinely excited for what all of you are going to do once we walk off this field. I don't know what your plans are, but whatever you choose to do, you are going to make it your own and rock it. Make the most of the next years of your lives. None of us have any idea of what is to come, and that is seriously the greatest thing. From this point on, we get a chance to write our own futures and get a fresh start. So, class of 2016, I guess what I'm trying to say is, remember what you learned at this school and who it has changed you to be, but also remember that leaving this place, you are going to get the opportunity to learn so much more and again, become a newer and hopefully better version of who you are now. So in the words of Troy Bolton from High School Musical 3, once a mountain lion, always a mountain lion.
Hello, class of 2016, friends and family of my fellow graduates. My name is Morgan Dano, and I'm your other student body president. Through a book I read in high school, which I never thought I'd find relevant, an opening line stands out to me. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness, it was the epoch of belief and the epoch of incredulity. Dickens managed to capture the heart and soul of every teenager in a book about the French Revolution. Is that a coincidence? Maybe. They say high school is the time of our lives that we'll never get back. But think about it. We've lived through so much together. We survived the diamond supply era. We've overcome challenges like the Harlem Shake, Ice Bucket, and the Running Man. We even persevered through that deadly disease known as senioritis. Class of 2016, I would like to take one more moment and thank Elise Tonioli. She has been by my side this entire year, even though I don't think she had much of a choice. Even though through campaigning, or should I say champagning together, we've had the best dances in Arizona and becoming the best of friends. Thank you for being my partner in crime, the John to my Kennedy. It has been an honor and a pleasure being your president this year. Graduates, I've enjoyed growing together as a family. You have everything before us, and wherever life takes you, cherish it. Now everyone, please join me and stand for the presentation of our colors by RM's JRTC, followed by RM Choir singing the national anthem and the alma mater.
You may be seated. How about another round of applause for our performing arts folks tonight? They're amazing. Thank you all. What a beautiful night, beautiful community, beautiful group of 2016 graduates. Proud to be here tonight. I'm Jared Ryan, the proud principal, serving this wonderful community. We're here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of over 700 students who have come together as a group and transformed this campus forever. Tonight we have the opportunity to celebrate the successes of the last 4 years, as well as give focus to what the future holds. Your class is filled with college scholarship recipients, National Merit Award winners, Cayman, great work, individual state champions, where's Big Zeke? Congratulations, Zeke. A recently named Division I State Softball Player of the Year, Lindsey Steverson. Congratulations, Lindsey. All-state football players, Josh, Desi. Congratulations, gentlemen. Multiple state championships in softball, performing arts, regional, state level honors, national award winners, engineering, robotics, agriculture. Community service leaders who have given so much to improve the lives of those around us while inspiring others to make a difference in their own way. Sitting among you tonight are also students who are the first in their family to graduate from high school. Those who have battled tremendous illness or injury, and some who have suffered tremendous personal loss. You're each inspirational in your own way. Regardless of the background you've come from or experiences you have had, Red Mountain has been a place where you have shown the ability to put those differences to the side and simply stand as one. Together, you have set a school record by being awarded over $20 million in scholarships from campuses across the country. Together, you've accumulated over 44,750 hours of service in the community. And together, you're walking away from your high school years with over 2,000 college credits. Congratulations to all of you for that. I have the honor tonight of talking about some of those that have led the charge in so many ways. The top 20 students of this graduating class have been an inspiration to many of us, and they will sorely be missed. As I call your name, please stand up and be recognized for your tremendous accomplishments. Zoe Zimmerman, Marcus Tillman, Grace Ramsey, Kayla Berger, Alex Schur, Julia Orcutt, Maxana Gettle, Tulsi Patel, Christopher Finley, Bethany Durham, Scott Theobald, Rennie Payne, Alexander Knopp, Erica Capehart, Alexander Bertram, Kate Williams, Samantha Berg, Taral Patel, Kellen Rial, Jake Miola, Sarah Benowith. And the top two academic members of this class, our salutatorian is Cayman Williams. And leading the way in so many ways is a special young lady, Brianna Dietz, our valedictorian. Thank you to each of you for giving of so much, to take so much and make such a large difference across our campus, setting yourselves up for a life of success in the future. Everyone, please join me in a round of applause for these outstanding student leaders. You may be seated. Over the last 13 years, each of you have gone to school approximately 180 days per year. Some of you a few more, most of you a few less. At an average of 7 hours per day, once again, some of you a few less. With some simple calculating, you'll find that the average graduating senior tonight has completed just over 16,000 hours of coursework in order to earn the right to walk across this stage tonight. Starting with coloring inside the lines in kindergarten, ending with a senior research paper, and including everything in between. Of course, this does not include the time spent completing homework, participating in performing arts, practicing with teams, or volunteering in the community. If you include these in the equation, you're nearing 20,000 hours of dedicated time to your K-12 education experience. With this type of investment of your life, it is my hope that each of you are walking off this field tonight with something extraordinarily valuable. Many often believe that most important part of K-12 experience is simply gaining the ability to read, write, or calculate. I would argue that these abilities can be learned virtually anywhere, and oftentimes are not the leading indicators of a future filled with success. Instead, I believe the most valuable portion of the evening lies on the other side of a symbolic door which is being opened for each of you. As a graduate of Red Mountain High School, you're each taking a step through the same door of opportunity, a door which is being opened as a result of over 13 years of work. Although these years have been completed successfully, your success after you pass through this door is not determined by those 13 years, but rather what you do with the knowledge you have gained. Your future success is built upon your ability to persevere, your ability to be relentless in your pursuit of great things, and the desire to stand back up when life knocks you down. Many of you have thought of school as an extraordinary number of hoops to jump through in an effort to receive a diploma. And in some respects, you might be correct. But the reality is you have simply been working to open as many doors as possible. Each of these doors in life are filled with opportunity, including employment, health, happiness, and joy. With every decision you make, these doors either continue to open or they slam shut. Today, some of you have more doors open than others as a result of your effort and decisions over the last 13 years. Let me give you some common examples of how this works. You graduate from high school, doors open. You have great grades, more doors open. You get a certificate of vocation, more doors open, work experience, college diploma, the list goes on. Those are all events that open doors for you. Now let me give you some less common but potentially more valuable examples. Treating others the right way, doors open. Treating people like trash, fewer doors. Making excuses, fewer doors. Owning your actions, more doors open. Positively impacting your community, more doors. Bottom line is this: every decision you make has an impact. Watching SpongeBob instead of reading books as a child had an impact on some of you. Ditching your fourth class each day as a senior because you did not need it to graduate had an impact on some of you. Every single choice results in doors opening or doors closing. Those of you who take pride in getting a laugh at classmates' expense, please understand that somewhere there is a door closing. Those who take the easy path or don't persevere, doors close. Posting something negative online or saying something hurtful through social media, whether you realize it or not, doors close on you when you do those things. There's a direct correlation between the way you treat people and the opportunities you have throughout your life. You have thought of consequences simply as school rules. Those are minor compared to doors closing. When doors close, opportunities are lost. And when opportunities are lost, the entire course of your life can be impacted. You will have such pride in who you are as a person that others will be drawn to you when you make positive decisions. You have the ability to impact others while continuing to open those doors to your future. The piece of paper, the diploma you will receive tonight, is simply a door opener. It's essentially acting as a key. The stage is your door, and when you walk down this ramp, you'll immediately have more opportunity than ever before. This diploma is one piece of the puzzle which may or may not align to a life filled with happiness and success. This is one of the most exciting times in your life. As a door is about to be opened, the only question is, what are you going to do with the opportunities which lie on the other side? I thank you. I congratulate you. Well done, class of 2016.
Good evening. I'm David Marks, and it has been my honor to be the lead administrator the past 2 years for this exceptional class of 2016. Last week, the valedictorian, Brianna Dietz, and salutatorian, Cayman Williams, were each given a ceremonial key, symbolic of their amazing accomplishments. Tonight, each of these graduates will be given another type of key. This key will open many doors, whether that is to a college education, a job, or some other unique path. This diploma is not merely a piece of paper, but the sum total of 4 years of accomplishments. So display it with pride wherever life may take you from here. Our first speaker will attend Arizona State University and go to W.P. Carey College to study business management, and will also be part of their Leadership Academy. Her favorite memory of Red Mountain was being in the volleyball program for 4 years and participating on varsity as a freshman. Her favorite part of Red Mountain was the close family environment of the whole community here. Please welcome our first speaker, Nicole Mulhern.
Good evening, Red Mountain class of 2016, staff, friends, and families. What a beautiful sight it is to see so many loved ones gathered together tonight in celebration of our hard work and dedication. I think most of us can agree that it is unbelievable how far we have all come to get where we are today, and that our high school careers just flashed right before our eyes. I, for one, could not be more proud to be graduating as a Mountain Lion. As many of us are aware, here at Red Mountain High School, we have created a culture consisting of 3 core values: respect, courage, and influence. Each one of us has carried these values out in different ways in order to succeed. Clearly, with a class of almost 1,000 students, one thing to keep in mind is that there are bound to be many different types of people with various ideologies and dreams. This is where respect comes into play. Our school is blessed with an abundance of bright and creative minds, which can often lead to some conflicting views, and these kinds of scenarios are the ones that prepare students for the future ahead of them. One crucial lesson that is taken away from high school is that there is not always a right or a wrong. We, as humans, need to learn to accept that other people have wonderful ideas just as much as we do ourselves. Realistically, people will not always agree, but by respecting others, we allow ourselves the chance to work in harmony to create a masterpiece out of life. But as important as respecting others is, respecting ourselves is even more, and sometimes even harder. Part of growing up is figuring yourself out and finding your passions and aspirations, and for some odd reason, we tend to knock ourselves down before we even take the first step. All we need is a second of courage to change that. Courage comes in many shapes and sizes. When people think about being courageous, they often think about doing something risky or daring to prove some kind of point. But in reality, courage has a much deeper meaning than calling someone out on Twitter or going cliff jumping to impress your friends. One of the biggest things we learn in high school is that people change, ourselves included, and that is okay. The place where we can find the most courage is in ourselves when it comes to admitting that it is time to walk away from our comfort zone, and that a lot of times, change is not a bad thing, but in fact, change is good. For those of you who are not familiar with Mr. DeMassa, allow me to enlighten you. Mr. or Coach DeMassa is not only a marine biology teacher and football coach here at Red Mountain, but one of the most amazing mentors I have ever met. There was one thing that he told me this year that really stood out. One of his many life tips is, tell the people that you love them. And after a few months of school had gone by, I went up to him one day and asked, Mr. DeMassa, what if I tell the people that I love them, but they don't love me back? And without any hesitation, he answered, find better people to love. Here I was expecting some long, complicated answer, and he gave me the most simple response, yet it was exactly what I was looking for. Courage is simply taking chances and pushing outside of what is comfortable to become a part of something greater, despite what everyone else is doing. This is where leaders are born. At some point in everyone's life, they are given the opportunity to be a leader, whether it's on a sports team or taking the lead on a group project in class. It is all about taking initiative and how much you are able to influence. Great leaders make a change, and people follow. Like one of the most influential leaders, Gandhi, once said, be the change you want to see in the world. When given the opportunity, take it. Be a leader. Influence through both courage and respect. People will make mistakes, and success will not always be immediate. But if there is no effort at all, success will be impossible. To close my speech tonight, I have a few final words of advice. Challenge yourself. Don't waste your time hating people or holding grudges, because truly all you are doing is distracting yourself from the big picture and your ultimate goals. It takes a person with courage to choose the path to influence through respect. And trust me when I say that I know it is hard to understand why some things happen the way that they do. But even when all the odds seem to be against you, never give up, and here's why. Once in a while, this Arizona sunshine will turn into rain, and that's inevitable. But the remarkable thing about the rain is the rainbow it leaves behind after the storm. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016. And say hi to Snapchat, because we made it! Woo!
Our second speaker this evening will attend Cornell University and major in civil engineering. His favorite memory of Red Mountain was this year's Big Man on Campus, where he dressed up like Napoleon Dynamite and danced. Please welcome our second speaker, Jake Miola.
Well, unlike Nicole, when Red Mountain asked me to write a graduation speech about our core values, courage, respect, and influence, I wasn't really sure where to start. So I did what any good high school student would do, and I asked Siri, how do I give a grad speech? And Siri came through clutch, as she always does, and she emphasized two things: the importance of knowing your topic inside and out, and giving yourself months to prepare. So as I started writing my speech last night, I thought long and hard trying to come up with some definitions for what each of Red Mountain's core values meant to me. I'm kidding, I asked Siri for those too, and here's what we came up with. Courage, the quality of mind that enables a person to face difficulty. We all know the story of Michael Jordan, how he was cut from his high school basketball team and locked himself in his room and cried all day. And we too have experienced our fair share of adversity, receiving rejection letters from our dream college, losing in the championship at one of our sporting events, and for myself, finding out that Ben Higgins from The Bachelor chose Lauren over the love of my life, JoJo. But as the great Vince Lombardi once said, it's not about whether you get knocked down. It's whether you get back up. That is what takes courage. Imagine if Michael Jordan never decided to get back up. Who would Miley Cyrus have written her hit single 23 about? Things would be quite different. The next core value is respect. esteem for, or sense of worth of a person. And to me, this is about self-respect and not being afraid to show who you really are. In other words, put some respect on your name. There was an experiment done recently at one of the top tier universities where this ordinary girl wore a nasty, old, hairy sweater to class every day for an entire semester. I mean, picture taking like a wax strip and laying it across DJ Khaled's chest and then ripping it off and weaving those hairs into a sweater. Awful. And at the end of the semester, a student pulled each one of her classmates aside and asked them what they thought about her. They described her character, her great note-taking, her outgoing attitude, and not a single one of them even mentioned that horrible sweater. The moral of the story here? Nobody cares. Be yourself. Don't let what other people think of you dictate who you are. I mean, this is coming from someone who drives a car that's older than me. I mean, if this car was a person, it could get a drink at a bar. Its paint's been baked off by the sun, the headlights are held together by duct tape, and the air conditioning works about as well as the U.S. Congress. Yeah. And just recently, yesterday, it also received a sizable dent in the passenger side door. But as I stand here today, you don't all know me as that kid who drives that horrible old car. You know me for who I am, and you should be confident in who you are. Have self-respect. And Dad, if you're out there, maybe a new car for graduation. And the last core value is influence, the action of producing positive effects on others. Now, how many people watch the Oscars? Show of hands. Enough. My favorite moment had to be Leonardo DiCaprio. He was overlooked for years through great performances, and finally he got that Oscar that he deserved. But what impresses me most about Leo is when the time came for him to bask in his glory on stage, he instead used his moment of recognition to speak about something that truly mattered to him. And for him, that was global warming. Now, he could have gone up there and pulled a Kanye West all full of himself, but he decided to use that moment to make the world a better place. And I believe that we all have the potential to have a positive influence in this world. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out there and rid the world of Ebola or solve world hunger or even fix all the yearbooks. But make the environment around you a better place to be in. That is how you influence. Now, my goal for the time I've been up here was to inspire you all to embody our core values as you leave Red Mountain High School behind. And I can think of no better way to close than to quote the inspirational poet and motivational speaker, Tupac. I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee you I will spark the brain that will. The Red Mountain class of 2016 is the spark that can and will change this world. Be courageous, have some respect, and use your influence to make a difference. Thank you, Red Mountain class of 2016, and with that, I leave you with 2 words. Mioli out.
Hello, my name is Judah Watson, your student body secretary. So, I'm the person that writes everything down.
And my name is Haley Salvato, your student body treasurer. I've been adding and subtracting everything with money. Now, after this ceremony, both of us would like to make like trees and leave, but during the ceremony, we'll save you the sap.
Now, as you know, each class wants to leave their mark on Red Mountain. We've decided that to show our appreciation to the school, the class of 2016 would leave not one, but several marks on Red Mountain. Some of these things include really big fans to help cool down the gym during homecoming dances.
We also purchased 2 sound systems to make the transmission of sound waves available to all activities and clubs across campus.
And the big one, as you may have seen, we purchased banners for the light poles to help beautify our Red Mountain up in the front.
These banners will have a mountain lion on top because we are the mountain lions, in case you still do not know.
Below that will be the words courage, respect, and influence to represent the Red Mountain Way.
Below that will be the letters R and M because we are Red Mountain.
We hope that these banners will survive through the Arizona sun and make the lasting impact on the school for years to come.
Also, we would like to quickly mention that all the fireworks for this year have been brought to you by Student Council, including the ones you will see shortly.
As class of 2016, we would like to just let all the current students of Red Mountain know, you're welcome.
Hello. Good evening, class of 2016. I have the honor tonight of giving you students your very last lesson at Red Mountain High School. Are you excited? But first, oh, thanks, I love you too. But first, let me start by introducing myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Beth Bonwell, and I teach American history and current events. I love you. The reason I bring that to your attention is because most of my students already know I have a deep love for my country, but you may not know this. So in true Bonwell form, and just like Jake said, I thought I'd represent. Life is just too short to not be me. I'm so very humbled that the class of 2016 chose me as Teacher of the Year, but I would never be the teacher I am without the support of my amazing family, right over there. My children, who are my heart. I hope you don't mind, real quick. I know they would be so excited for a shout out. Shelby and TJ, I love you guys to infinity and beyond. My husband, who loves me unconditionally, even when I use my teacher voice with him. My parents, my parents, who take care of my children and drive them to school so I can make it here by 7:30-ish. My sister, who is like a second mom to my kids. All the rest of my incredible family and my awesome friends who are also here supporting me tonight, including my work friends, Miss Lee and Mrs. Rios. I couldn't do life without you all. I love you guys. Because you see, kiddos, our successes are not just our own. Look around this football stadium, and you will see countless people who have sacrificed for you, challenged you, cleaned up after you in more ways than one, and driven you. As a parent, I mean that figuratively and literally. Really, though. Thank the adult that chauffeured you around all these years. Oops, there we go. Because life is not just about you. And as you get ready to start your life, which is so exciting, by the way, I wanted to deliver a not-so-famous but well-known to my students Bonwell rant about that very thing. Looking beyond yourself, having a thankful heart, and becoming that dreaded word, an adult. Okay, first, shocking as it may be, you are not the center of the universe. You are not entitled to anything. And this world does not owe you. In fact, it is quite the contrary. You were born with a gift, something that makes you unique. And this world needs you. Maybe you were born with the talent of athleticism, and you are really good at your sport. Why not volunteer and help coach? Maybe you were lucky enough to be born into a bilingual family or learn the language so well you can speak it fluently. Thank you, foreign language teachers. Why don't you volunteer and help others learn English? Maybe you like working with animals, so go work for free at the pound. But it doesn't end at volunteering. I have never worked since I became a teacher. Okay, now let me clear that up because my bosses are right back there. I don't mean that I haven't invested my time and effort into my job. I've put in way more hours than my contract says I should work, as most teachers do. And I think most of my students will attest that I give it my all. What I mean by that is that I don't dread coming to work, because I get to do what I love. It is, without being too boastful, my talent. Pablo Picasso said it best: the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. There are over 7 billion people on this planet waiting for you. Don't live a selfish life that is unfulfilled. The very best thing you can do for yourself is to find your niche, be the best at it you can be, and share it. Second, humble yourself, give thanks, and show respect. According to a study done by the University of California in 2015, giving thanks, focusing on the positives in your life instead of comparing yourself with others, and focusing on what you don't have, can lead to a healthier heart, as well as positively impacting your mental and emotional well-being. The idea is to give thanks for the little things as well as the big things, and to expect nothing but appreciate everything. I also heard some years ago, I think it was an Oprah special, that the key to being a more joyous, content person is to give thanks right when you wake up. I tried it, and truthfully, it works. Now, while we're not waking up, I don't know, maybe you are, wake up. I figured we could practice this right now. So please join me in giving thanks and recognizing some people that deserve to be respected and acknowledged. Will all of the active duty, reserve, retired, and veteran military personnel please rise? Thank you so very much for all you have sacrificed to defend for our nation. Freedom is not free. Next, will the public servants please rise? All of the law enforcement agents, that's right, police officers, stand on up, as well as the other first responders. Let us not forget the compassionate social workers, and of course, my colleagues, the educators, stand on up. For where would we all be without these courageous people who take on sometimes impossible tasks for the benefit of their communities? Thank you. Put simply, guys, the more thankful you are, the better life you will live. And my last point, becoming a responsible adult. To make it painfully clear, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to adult. Step 1, get your lazy butt out of bed, put on some professional, respectable clothes, and get out there and make some money. And when you do go in for that interview, get there 15 minutes early, have a resume, and look like you want the job. Sit upright, give the boss a firm handshake, speak up, and smile. You only get one shot to make a good first impression. Step 2, when you do land that job, do not act like you are above that job. Shut your pie hole and do your best, even if you think it's beneath you. You never know what connections you can make. You never know what customer you could have or what future boss may be a current coworker you mouthed off to not too long ago. Step 3, once you make that dollar, save that dollar. Save at least 10% of the money you make. That is a habit you need to form yesterday. And with the rest, spend wisely. As Dave Ramsey said, don't buy things you can't afford with money you don't have to impress people you don't like. In other words, don't be acting like some of these foolish rappers that make it rain only to end up in the mud. 50 Cent, gotta say it that way, actually had to pose with fake money to make it look like he still had money. How sad is that? Step 4, knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. Listen to your parents. Listen to people who have been there before. Accept constructive criticism by people you trust, and even listen to people you disagree with. It is remarkable how much you will grow when you can sit down with someone and have a conversation who does not see eye to eye with you. Some of my very closest friends challenge my thinking all the time. Step 5, almost done. Be a lifelong learner. Read something. The more you read, the more you know. Kids will ask me curiously all the time, "How do you know that?" My answer, I read. Read as often as possible. Being a moron is not a good excuse. You cannot tell the IRS, "I didn't know how to file my taxes, so I just didn't." And before you sign anything, including your taxes, you best make dang sure you read the fine print and know exactly what you are signing. Step 6 is the last one. Follow through on your responsibilities. You chose your actions. No one else is to blame for your mistakes. And once you accept it, you fix it. Stop making excuses and definitely stop whining. Ain't nobody got time to hear you complaining about how hard life is. I had to work here full-time, pick up extra hours working at ITT Technical Institute, coach Spirit Line, fulfill my mom, wife, daughter duties, while all the while completing my master's. Point is, everybody has stuff to do. Toss your hair in a bun, drink some coffee, put on some gangster rap, and handle it. That's for you, Rios. With that, I wanted to end where I began. Part of becoming a responsible adult is understanding that there is more to life than you. All you need to do is read the headlines to see what's going on in this world. There are over 700 of you graduating tonight. Imagine if you all chose to do your part. It could be feeding the homeless, caring for the elderly, becoming a mentor to a child. The list is endless. Audrey Hepburn, the actress and human rights activist, once said, "As you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and one for helping others." On that note, I will say what I always say to my students as they are leaving my classroom. But this time, you are leaving here for good. Be safe and make good choices. God bless.
Good evening. My name is Shane McCord. I'm the East Area Assistant Superintendent for Mesa Public Schools, and I am extremely excited to be here today to celebrate your graduation. Your drive, your determination, your resilience is evident, and I commend you for all your accomplishments. This is truly a day you will never forget. I would like to acknowledge and thank your parents, family members, and friends, teachers, support staff, and administrators for providing you with the love and guidance needed to be here today. Graduates, please give all those people a hand. In a few minutes, your world's going to change when we pass out your diploma. But before you walk across this stage, please remember these immortal words from an author everyone out here has had an opportunity to read, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss said, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Susie DePries. Dr. DePries is here to represent the Mesa Unified School District Governing Board, who will accept the class of 2016 and confer diplomas. Dr. DePries.
Good evening. This is the best part of this ceremony. Are you ready? Okay. Mr. Ryan, On behalf of the Mesa Public Schools Governing Board, I accept the Red Mountain class of 2016, and I confirm that these students have satisfactorily completed the Mesa Unified School District's and the Arizona State Board of Education's requirements for graduation. I now ask that the Red Mountain class of 2016 come forward to receive your diplomas.
Do I go first or do you go first? Do I start or do you start? You start. Okay.
Follow me. But I think.
Will you tell me when to start? Excuse me. I think so. Will somebody tell me when to start? Are we good to go? It's good to go? Yeah. All right, here we go. Brianna Lauren Dietz.
Cayman Ray Williams.
Sarah Patricia Benowith.
Cody Guy Gerhardt.
Jake Joseph Maiola.
Katya Zuleika Bazoko Benitez.
Kellen Thomas Royale.
Jason Wyatt Jacobson.
Tarl Pankaj Patel.
Caitlin Rose McClure.
Samantha Nicole Berg.
Scott Raymond Theobald.
Kate Elizabeth Williams.
Bethany Kristen Durham.
Elise Amelia Tonioli.
Christopher Ryan Finley.
Morgan April Dano.
Tulsi Pankaj Patel.
Nicole Sherry Mulhern.
Maxana Quinn Gettle.
Haley Jane Salvato.
Julia Claire Orcutt.
Judah Mariah Watson.
Alex Jordan Schur.
Melanie Nicole Torres.
Kayla Marie Berger.
Molly Jordan Longton.
Grace Michelle Ramsey.
Alexander Jonathan Bertram.
Marcus Jason Tilgman.
Erica Madeline Capehart.
Zoe Pauline Zimmerman.
Alexander Jake Nope.
Alyssa Marie Lamelli.
Rennie May Payne.
Paul Stephen Loper.
Daniel Allen Aboaf.
Brody John Lopez.
Seth J. Adair.
Michelle Sarai Lopez.
Mercedes Andrea Aguilera.
Abby Elizabeth Louvier.
Lindsay Joe Akers.
Kylie Jordan Love.
Ammon Corey Allen.
Skylar Montgomery Lowe.
Jaden Carter Allen.
Jordan Nicholas Lowe.
Megan Renee Allen.
Alexander Victor Lozano.
Jayana Ray Gowan Arafiq.
Cruz Angel Luciano.
Alexis Nicole Alvarado.
Renee Heidi Luck.
Josiah Star Alvarado.
Taylor Renee Lujan.
Grayson Robert Amores.
Michael Allen Lyons.
Sylvie Adelaide Anderson.
Blanca Cecilia Macias Lopez.
Savannah Taylor Anderson.
Jace Francisco Madrid.
Zachary Mark Anthony.
Ulissa Alexis Magana.
Jordan Richard Aranki.
Joshua Scott Malone.
Cody Michael Archambault.
Kyle Anson Markel.
McKenna Jean Archibald.
Haley Nicole Marlowe.
Clarissa Yoselin Armenta.
Lauren K. Marple.
Nicholas Alfredo Arnieri.
Alyssa Ann Marquez.
Lexi Ann Ashdown.
Danielle Rianne Marshall.
Michaela Myra Ashley.
Lance Ashton Marshall.
Hina Asim.
Justin David Martin.
Ethan Tiger Baca.
Marquise Rashid Martin.
Lauren Nicole Bailey.
Zachary Michael Martin.
Lindsay Mercedes Bailey.
Ashley Morgan Martinez.
Juliet Giselle Bidas.
Katie Amanda Martinez.
Dallas Alyssa Baker.
Miguel Luis Martinez.
Jake Allen Baker.
Talisa Elaine Martinez.
Beatrice Balcazar.
Thomas Alfonso Martinez Jr.
Connor David Baldwin.
Odalis Estefania Martir Guevara.
Mateo Rafael Balea.
Anthony Jumel Maslanka.
Reese Marie Ball.
Jay Nathan Massey Hale.
Alexandra Olympia Balzarini.
Isabella Aline Matheny.
Yasmin Madison Ban.
Zitlali Giovanna Mariotti.
Anthony Ray Barclay.
Tony Lynn McCarty.
Devin Chance Barlow.
Joshua Clark McCauley.
Cheyenne May Barnum.
Jonathan Eric McDaniel.
Fernando Barasa Jr.
Jeremiah Joseph McFall.
London Riley Bartholomew.
Madeline Ann McGibney.
Tremont Christian Bass.
Maxim John McKern.
Kylie Danae Baugh.
Dylan Michael McNeil.
Christopher John Beal.
Sean Patrick McPherson.
Emily Beecher.
Adelina Luciana Medina.
Tanika Kiera Begay.
Brentley Bill Medlin.
Alexandra Spencer Bennett.
Ronnie Nicole Mendez.
Hunter Royce Bennett.
Abraham Vicente Mercado.
Kelsey Ann Benson.
Eileen Mestra de Olarte.
Ashley Joy Bertling.
Matthew Dale Matera.
Anissa Joan Bewley.
Jacob William Michaud.
Samantha Lynn Bynum.
Jatea Rashay Milam.
Camry Michelle Bickle.
Fred Milan.
Morgan Emma Lee Binney.
Mitchell Conrad Miranda.
Hannah Lynn Bix.
Danielle Catherine Mitchell.
Monica June Blauser.
Tori Shea Moffitt.
Brendan Samuel Bogar.
Krista Star Molina.
Alan Charles Wolf Bonham.
Cassandra Montez Mendoza.
Samantha Lee Bonner.
Mario Alberto Montoya Sandoval.
Sydney Marie Bonner.
Javier Antonio Montoya.
Did we skip some? Over here? Draven C. Borjon.
Christopher Emmanuel Morales. Elena Teresa Morales.
Alan Charles Wolf Bonham.
Irma Lucero Morales.
Samantha Lee Bonner.
Grace Lion Morales Vicente.
Sydney Marie Bonner.
Samantha Ali Morello.
Draven C. Borjon.
Shaylin James Morris.
Ginny Lee Bradshaw.
Myron Tanner Morris.
James Michael Scott Bristow.
Alexander Dmitrovich Mostovoy.
Alexis May Brown.
Oleksiy Dmitrovich Mostovoy.
Brittany K. Brown.
Chelsea Taylor Murdoch.
Hunter Chandler Brown.
Carlos Ricardo Murillo.
Lorenzo Quavon Brown.
Sean Reed Nagel.
McKay Sherwood Brown.
Cassandra Fawn Nargang.
Oh, I was told she wasn't here. Okay. Marie Elizabeth Blankmeyer.
Amy Sofia Nava Barcenas.
Brendan Samuel Bogar.
Jacob Michael Naylor Ott.
Who's next? I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm. Where am I at? Where am I starting it now? What's that? Okay. Zachary Andrew Brown.
Caitlin Marie Neal.
Nicole Paige Buckingham.
Clive Jolin Nelson.
Kyle James Buckles.
Neldon Lane Nelson.
Emily Dawn Busher.
Ariana Rose Nuger.
Joshua Douglas Busher.
Jack Peter Nickel.
Libby Ann Bunker.
Matthew Austin Nipper.
Anne Marie Catherine Burleson.
Sarah Renee Norton.
Keith Anthony Bush.
Alicia Nicole Nugent.
Gilberto Jr. Caballero.
Peter Oma Nunez.
Malie Elise Kao.
Colby Jacob Oaks.
Caitlin Brooke Carbone.
He's coming. This is him. Derek Michael Oger.
Michelle Carey.
Matthew Aaron Olden.
Kelsey Ann Carlson.
Evelyn Olea.
Bailey Roy Carr.
Yana Victoria Olilla.
Scott Robert Carr.
Kinsey Alexandra Olmsted.
Thomas Giles Carr.
Carlos Christopher Oriana.
Vanessa Roxana Carrillo.
Jesse Autumn O'Rourke.
Nicholas Wesley Carter.
Reina Giselle Orozco.
Cody Allen Case.
Nicholas Alfredo Ovalle.
Casey Lorraine Kavanaugh.
Anthony Alfredo Ovalles.
Jessica Casales Canseco.
Lauren Taylor Overholt.
Richard Angel Cervantes.
Lloyd Nicol Nerona Pablo.
Hannah Luz Chavria.
Camilla Amanda Ruth Paget.
Vito David Chavria.
John Michael Padilla.
Nicholas Cristobal Chagoya.
Britza Guadalupe Padilla Esquer.
Madison Ray Chamberlain.
Olivia Christine Palma.
Olivia Francis Chappell.
Jacob Ryan Palmer.
Danya Vianney Chavira Servin.
Karina Elise Palomino.
Sienna Chang.
Henry Michael Parcell.
Anna Elizabeth Chortilla.
Trevor Raymond Park.
Elisha Daniel Chatila.
Noah Oliver Parker.
Lisa Ni Chu.
Naomi Elise Para.
Connor Thurman Clava.
Jordan Lee Paftis.
Danny Max Clark III.
Caitlin Brooke Payne.
Ethan Scott Clark.
Livy Ann Pearson.
Nicole Ann Clayson.
Lily Mae Peckham.
Ashlyn Geneva Cleary.
Karen Elizabeth Penman.
Rylan David Clough.
Jordan Joan Perry.
Tyler Calvin Coates.
Aubrey Jordan Peterson.
Nicholas Joseph Cohen.
Skylar Wynn Peterson.
Corinne Wells Kaufman.
Carrie Lynn File.
Kazin Anthony Cole.
Cameron James Phelps.
Amber Marie Lynn Conklin.
Heath William Pickering Jr.
Jamae Aletha Connor.
Adriana Noel Pickren.
Raina Mercedes Coons.
Kelsey Patricia Pitts.
Angelina Sanchez Cordova.
Joshua William Sendejas Place.
Matthew Jeffrey Cothran.
Shaylin Haley Billy Pletcher.
Braden William Couch.
Valerie Ann Ponce.
Michelangelo Cozo.
Paige Alexa Porter.
Caitlin Elizabeth Creek.
Travis Lynn Porter Jr.
Haley Rianne Crook.
Tyler Max Powell.
Peter Preston Crosby.
Damian Xander Proano.
Christine Elise Crozen.
Allison Misa Purcell.
Michaela Grace Cullifer.
James Anthony Quinones.
Chase Allen Cunningham.
Christian Luke Rehog.
Amanda Claire Dabbs.
Vikram Ramaswamy.
Anthony Aaron Fritz Dahlmeyer.
Pedro Andres Ramos.
Jacob Clifton Danley.
Andrea Lakin Ratliff.
Jarrett Reed Dawsonbrock.
Nicole Scahill Reeves.
Sarah Ann Grace Davidson.
Tyler Walker Reed.
Breezy Ray Davis.
Nicole Lynn Reitmeyer.
Sarah Lindsay Davis.
Mark Daniel Reuter.
Sierra Michelle Davis.
Cade Morgan Reynolds.
Brigham Jared Dayton.
Peyton Cooper Rice.
Monique De Alba.
Seneca Marissa Richards.
Maria Claudia de la Rosa Gatan.
Darianne Michelle Ridgely.
Colin Blaine DeBoeuf.
Troy Daniel Reinhardt.
Catherine Christine Tanner K. Deshawn.
Bernadette Navarro Rivera.
Anthony John DeFrancesco.
Tomas Antonio Rivera Gonzalez.
Dominic Michael De Lucia.
Shiloh Alaya Rowenhorse.
Emily Lynn DeMarco.
Dalton J. Robillard.
Alexis Marina Denohan.
Carly J. Roby.
Cameron Faith Deaver.
Caitlin Nicole Rodriguez.
Chase Aaron Dearson.
Lauren Michelle Rodriguez.
Jordan Ann Dixon.
Adriana Caro Rodriguez.
Peyton David Dolinar.
Jack Tyler Rogerson.
Garrett Doling Brager.
Adrian Garrett Romero.
Kayla Aurora Dominguez.
Josie Eilid Romero.
Savannah Jade Donnelly.
Katie Carol Lynn Rose.
Mariah Kaylin Dosala.
Nathan Scott Rose.
Erica Marie Dowski.
Casey Lynn Rochon.
Casey Catalina Draper.
Jamie Marie Rostron.
Tina Sergivna Dubchak.
Hannah Lynn Ruckel.
Adriana Sarah Duncan.
Efren Ruiz Berrigan.
Ayana Nicole Duncan.
Anayeli Ruiz Flores.
Sierra Autumn Dungy.
Courtney Paige Rundio.
Sarah Guadalupe Duran Torres.
Carter Michael Runge.
Mallory Francis Durante.
Scarlett Rose Runke.
Faith Victoria Easton.
Paige Elizabeth Roop.
Trace Michael Edmeyer.
Jackson Byron Rush.
Drew Randall Edmonds.
John George Saba.
Andres Tomas Elizondo Jr.
Luis Hervey Sainz Rascon.
Caitlin Jean Ellicott.
Stefan Terrell Pruitt Sane.
Cole Ethan Ellingson.
Natalie Ann Size.
Christopher Scott Elliott.
Hallie Jane Salafia.
Yakub Bashir Elmi.
Joseph Patrick Salcone III.
You Endo.
Nadine Amanda Saleh.
Jacob Tyler Enfield.
Luis Eduardo Sandoval Cruz.
Gabriela Carrillo Escamilla.
Brittany Torquez Sanford.
Heaven Star Escobar.
Victoria Elizabeth Santiago.
Angel Marie Esquer.
Stephen Michael Santos.
Desmond Lamonte Etheridge.
Coleman Joseph Sove.
Catherine Diane Evans.
Michael Jamal Sage.
Taylor Cole Everlith.
Ethan Thomas Shams.
Benjamin Trey Farnsworth.
Lily Ann Schlingloff.
Christopher Devin Farnsworth.
Alexandra Rochelle Schober.
Michael Anthony Fernandez.
Melissa Schreit Berboa.
Timothy Scott Finley.
Rainbow Schultz.
Serena Elise Finzer.
Austin James Schweisthal.
Brianna Elise Fitzpatrick.
Samuel James Scott.
Courtney Ann Flake.
Ryan Craig Cedar.
Ricardo Flores Luna.
Justin Luis Cedillo.
Christian Alonzo Flores.
Sarah Lynn Sellers.
Jenna Maria Forey.
Norman Joseph Sendler III.
Jack Anthony Fortin.
Joshua Dale Sinetza.
Bailey Lachey Fowler.
Sylvia George Senauer.
Devin Richard Fowler.
Kayla Azuceno Serrano.
Ashley Dawn Fredrickson.
Christopher Uriel Sorano Flores.
Nathan Andrew Fredrickson.
Tiana Noel Schaefer.
Madison Alexis Fritz.
Maya Mackenzie Shaw.
Peyton Emily Fulton.
Trevor Doyle Sheets.
Olivia Pearl Gabrick.
Benjamin Gray Shelton.
Tara Lynn Gallo.
Ty Harrison Showalter.
Christina Nicole Gamma.
Ryan Daniel Sign.
Alejandra Garcia.
Carlos Cifuentes Rodriguez.
Anthony Tracy Garcia.
Sarah K. Simpson.
Carlos Andres Garcia.
Seth Cole Singleton.
Rochelle Kim Gardner.
Simon Scarrett.
Aria Sophia Garfias Rabbi.
Sean Alexander Skiles.
Yasmin Garibay.
Holly Rose Sloan.
Bailey Amelia Gaffro.
Caleb Andrew Smith.
Garrett Ray Geiger.
Corey Richard Claire Smith.
Sarah Marie Gawarkis.
Dylan Samuel Smith.
Jessica Ziba Garibagi.
James Michael Smith.
Brianna Marie Gibson.
Julian Anselou Smith Al Rafiq.
Derek Allen Giddings.
Jolie Ann Smithson.
Kylie Nicole Gillespie.
Kaylee Lene Sneezy.
Krista Joy Gilmore.
Shane Cara Sorella.
Janisa Lynn Gilmore.
Jordan Mackenzie Southwell.
Rachel Hannah Godlewski.
Braden Cole Spangler.
Lindsay Leah Goebel.
Colton Barrett Spector.
Alan Paul Gores.
Tristan Talia Spidel.
Dylan J. Ghazni.
Alyssa Rose Spilsbury.
Ian William Gray.
Alex Christopher Stabley.
Zion James Griffiths.
Paige Elizabeth Stabley.
Jacob Grant Guess.
Hope Zhao Chi Stanton.
Brandon Gunnar Gutierrez.
Nicholas David Stark.
Noah David Guerder.
Alyssa Juliette Stenberg.
Jacob Robert Hagan.
Megan Louise Stephen.
Anna Marie Halepis.
Lindsay Ray Steverson.
Jacob Stavros Halepis.
Emma Claire Stewart.
Aaliyah Alexis Hall.
Jacob Austin Stobart.
Amanda Morgan Hall.
Daniel Clark Stockwell.
Daniel Jeffrey Hammond.
Jonathan Eric Stotts.
Jenna Nicole Hammond.
Maria Alexa Strawn.
Caleb Pigney Hamrick.
Thomas Joseph Sullivan.
Janice Lynn Harmon.
Cassidy Lynn Swain.
Mary Reed Harrigan.
Levi James Sweat.
Amanda Sue Hardig.
David Ryan Simonetz.
Heather Judith Hartman.
Taylor Lee Sethmary.
Benjamin Allen Hatcher.
Nathan Scott Matthew Spakowski.
Sage Alexander Hattery.
Matilda Tagliabue.
Shanoa Sage Hayes Begay.
Caroline Moana Tani.
Timothy Bryce Head.
Jesus Enrique Tarango.
Mike Heeg Jones. Thank you.
Nicolas Aliceo Tarango.
Joseph Thomas Heinel.
Esmeralda Tavares.
Jacob Ronald Helgeson. Thank you.
Devin Nicholas Taylor.
Emily Rianne Henriquez.
Jacob Logan Taylor.
Albert Efrain Hernandez.
Mar Dennis Tejeda Corral.
Ebony Unique Hernandez.
Abigail Elizabeth Thomas.
Miguel Mendez Hernandez.
Brennan Blake Thompson.
Santana Maria Antone Hernandez.
Lily Ann Mabel Thurlow.
Alexis Judith Herrera Rivera.
Amy Jean Tillier.
Galen Drake Haywood.
Adrian Taptasan Tinkang.
Rhiannon Elise Hicks.
Caitlin Renee Toady.
Lindy Norma Hingis.
Kimberly Roman Topping.
Whitney Lee Hicks.
Alexandra Rain Tozy Rodriguez.
Miguel Emilio Holguin.
Ashley Michelle Trachis.
Sophia Rose Holguin.
Adriano Scott Trejo.
Xavier Malik Holloway.
Noah Martin Trout.
Ryan Todd Holm.
Bailey Samantha Tucker.
Jordan Holman.
Isaiah Lamar Tucker.
Sydney Nicole Hooker.
Kaylee Ann Tush.
Catherine Marianne Hoover.
Tristan Michael Tyler.
Tyler Stephen Hopkins.
Jeffrey Philip Unsworth.
Kyle Andrew Horn.
Richard Patrick Valgento Jr.
Madison Taylor Horn.
Ezekiel Valles.
Taylor Brooke Horn.
Pierce Daniel Vargas.
Elizabeth Ann Huffman.
Gianni Vasquez.
Trevor Race Huffman.
Jennifer Vega.
Jessica Taylor Hughes.
Ariella Yesenia Verdugo.
Jared Alexander Hunsaker.
Jack Thomas Verteen.
Alexandra Jordan Hunsaker.
Brianna Nicole Vesco.
Katrina Antonia Hurway.
Daniela Marie Barba Vicedo.
Jacob Dylan Houston.
Brooke Taylor Vickman.
Zane Alexander Houston.
Reina Isabella Villanueva.
Bodie Richard Hyde.
Jasmine Nadia Marie Villegas.
Cameron Michael Imperial.
Jacob Logan Vine.
Cole Allen Jackson.
Lauren Kimberly Vossler.
Liana Jane Rosemary Jenkins.
Brandon Scott Vukalis.
Cameron Michael Jensen.
Tanner Christopher Walden.
Hannah Margaret Jensen.
Elise Ann Walker.
Justin Lee Jensen.
Madison Shea Wallace.
Justice Lee Jericho.
Jory John Walthauer.
Armonte Javon Johnson.
Zachary Lorenzo Ward.
Ashley Renee Johnson.
Christian Robert Warner.
Brandon Arnold Johnson.
Caitlin Marie Waters.
Caleb Gabriel Johnson.
Heather May Watson.
Hannah Joe Nora Johnson.
Hunter Davis Watson.
Madeline Ray Johnson.
Zachary Keenan Weiss.
Quentin Eugene Johnson.
Caitlin Grace Wells.
Tristan Anthony Johnson.
Jackson Ray Wheat.
Caitlin Elizabeth Joyce.
Stephanie Lynn Wheeler.
Carly McKenzie Cam.
Joshua Lee White.
Ian Lucas Omar Carafa.
Madison Ashley White.
Abraham Jamil Kareem.
Whitney Morgan Whitfield.
Katrina Renee Keeling.
Maxwell Cameron Wickens.
Kaiser Clyde Mayan Calcho.
Taylor Nicole Wild.
Jeremy Allen Kelly.
Lauren Elizabeth Wilder.
Jacqueline Renee Kelly.
David Paul Wilding.
Lacey Morgan King.
Damon Michael Wilkins.
Raina Nicole Kinzer.
Blake Michael Williams.
Aaron Lee Kirwan.
Hannah Rose Williams.
Emily Joy Kleinman.
Blake Andrew Willis.
Josephine Grace Knight.
McKenna Nicole Willis.
Everett James Knoll.
Robert Andrew Willis.
Catherine Maria Kozwara.
Tyler Willoughby.
Justin Lee Koenig.
Bennett McGuire Wilson.
Jamie Elise Konechny.
Mariah Leanne Wilson.
Nicholas Anthony Kufidakis.
Whitney Jerrylyn Wilson.
Jordan Remington Krager.
Dylan Rhodes Weinberg.
Sarah Brooke Kramer.
Tracy Lee Ann Wise.
Louis Daniel Kuhn.
Brandon Clifford Woolgar.
Crystal Julianne Laban.
Emma Nicole Wollington.
Aaron Lambert.
Gabrielle Alexis Shalina Works.
Luke Thomas Lehman.
Casey Lynn Wright.
Shelby Ray Lageneckert.
Gabriella Monique Yanez.
Joseph David Larson.
Kelsey Ryan Yazi.
Ashley Agnes Layson.
Samuel James Yingling.
Melissa Lynn Laughlin.
Carissa Lee York.
Cambria C. Lawrence.
Joris Minga Young.
Leanne Marie Lawrence.
Alberto Jesus Zamora.
Taylor Joseph Ledsworth.
Jody Deanne Zamora.
Joshua Taylor Lee.
Faithlyn Zoe Convalin.
Kevin Dominique Leonard. Spencer Matthew Lewis. Morgan Mackenzie Lang. Ashwin Umesh LeMay. Marcus James Lindblom. Nicole Renee Ledestro.
Good evening, class of 2016. I have the honor tonight of giving you, students. Oh, sorry. Where is it? Oh, hey. Sorry about that, guys. I'm Melanie Torres, but you can call me Mello.
And I'm Molly Longton. Together, we're Mallo.
All right.
As many of you will be happy to hear, this will be our last time taking the mic in front of you all.
We've spent so much time trying to figure ways to end tonight, but I've come to the realization that I'm not good at saying goodbyes. Looking back at our senior year, I believe that it's safe to say that we've achieved most of our goals, including tonight.
Let us be open to telling new stories and to writing our futures. And let us be courageous, respectful, and influential. We all arrived at Red Mountain as students, and we will leave this field tonight as aluminum.
Molly, it's alumni. As we speak now, I remember someone, Mr. DeMassa, telling me that if you want to view paradise, you must simply look around you. The beauty is in the mountain people.
This moment, the turning of the tassel, will be one of the few symbolizing a turning point in our lives. Now, on the count of 10, we will move on from this school, but we will never move on from each other and the memories we have made. Are you ready? Stand up. Please stand. Stand up. All right. T minus 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1. Turn your tassel! Always remember, once a mountain lion, always a mountain lion. I love you all. Thanks to all the parents, the siblings, teachers, mentors, and mountain lions for sure. Forever together, the graduating class.